Hello, Boog City. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'd like to thank David and Boog City for inviting me. My name is Emily Wallis Hughes, and I'll be reading some poems from the manuscript of my second book, which is called The Pond I Found for Us. So here it is, the pages, and here's what I'll be reading. I'm imagining that we're at Torn Page, and I'm looking forward to when we can be there together. So here we go. Thanks again for being here. I'm imagining that we're all hanging out together. The first poem is called A Pond I Found for Us. We moved out of fact. We agreed to end the wedding. So we said before it began. Sweet peas, apple blossoms were not in a bouquet in my hands. The moonstone is not on any of my fingers. We did not sing underneath the big trees. I found cinnamon growing in a pond I found for us, where a heron and a vintner provide sanctuary for bumblebees and honeybees flying away from pesticides. I watched my super take a photo of a small white rose in Crown Heights. It is December. His mother from Barbados is in a wheelchair. She has diabetes. I have not seen her outside in quite a while. He says to me, of course I have to do this. Late winter after the fires. The salt will not sustain us. The coral petrified itself. Sappho whispered in an empty room. The ponderosa pine grew 2 meters that year. Only the lace survived the fires. The markets were invaded by fireflies. Black amethyst appeared in the wine barrels. Scorpions flew in rectangles overlapping. I found my father sitting under the last California valley oak. I told him how the roses regrew that morning. A tortoise walked in between us, appearing to be on its way to the dark reservoir. The ash still surrounds us. Let's have the last of the pear wine. She's living with a friend now. Her sheep survived. I'm writing this in a cotton paper notebook I bought at an artist collective in Bodega not long after the fires. The woman who made the textile cover woven by her died by her studio and house burned. She's living with a friend now whose sheep survived. Let it take on its own metaphorical significance, Matthew Zapruder said to me years ago in Berkeley at the Watershed Festival. After he read, we sat away from a clique of poets standing in a circle facing each other, not too far from us on the freshly watered, very green lawn. Rain, still rain. The pink lace curtains in my room have been pushed aside. By who? Someone who knows me intimately. I do not pull them closed. I open one window. Outside the rain is warm. I need eggs. I remember. I walk north to the egg lady's house and greet the tortoises gently. They are old. They have lived with this woman for many years. $3 for 1 dozen. I walk back through the moss-coated oak trees. On my way to the house, to the kitchen, I think, how might I serve? How can I become less defined? What happens when I see that poetry is also physics? for Rebecca Wolfe. A virtual specimen in the shape of an ampersand, she who named it yellow Nasturtium. I hold it now in my right hand, in my right pocket, here on the lake shore in the minutes before noon. The sun is not white. I follow a woman becoming a crone, beautiful within her garden, where we pick ripe tomatoes in soft drizzle. I finish my coffee. I leave her mug on the lake shore for someone who needs something to hold what they most need to break. Fern and gosling in shades of water. Dear April 18th, I am another canyon lady. I sit in the bathtub covered in almond oil, coarse sugar, playing guitar on my skin, a drink of cold water. What I wanted to say. I am the water's canyon lady. I wade in the creek, running through the canyon where aquamarine ferns rise on the canyon walls while we, the ferns and I, walk a picket line. We carry water and offer water to each other. We watch the water travel down the road, stop once we get to the trees, offering their water, their green, for rest. My friend Matthew gives me red wine, pouring it into a paper cup, offering his own poetry in friendship with mine, and with open arms our poems play as gentle goslings play, two of them in a deep, clear pond, welcoming emotional support geese who have escaped. Within their Adirondacks, within the Vivarium on the mountain, reading a dear friend, within the forest where we went, where we are always now. What is the public, really? A collection of the personal. I want a refuge for all of us. The Vivarium is our refuge, yours and mine, dear reader. We arrive here to take refuge. We are protected here, and the insects here offer their fruit. Here I escape blood-soaked vultures, deceptive persons, cold-hearted rats. Now here I wash with coconut shampoo. My hair becomes clear insect wings. I'm reminded of enforced consensus and fervent blindness. This state now has a state lichen. Hey, look right over there. Look at that Pomeranian eating carrots. Tell yourself no, no, no to every other image. You see, you let yourself be told what to do instead of listening to the insects born with you and to the insects born inside of you. Yes, you're not blind anymore. Yes, you're free to listen to the image of that bird perched on the lichen-covered branch of an oak consumed by disease. So last one here. How to tell time. 3. Sex scene in an art installation. He and I admired the furniture. It was all neon and lovely. 1. I threw salt, kosher salt, over my right shoulder. 2. I say I like symmetry and asymmetry. He nods. Thank you.